The chopper.
Everybody know, man. You hear, you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
The chopper.
Or one of them, like a Ritz, you know, like a nice Ritz.
Yeah. Like a nice
Ritz.
The chopper.
What's up? Everybody out there doing it. There's your boy Coach Leaf. Welcome back to the damn chopper, man. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Hope y'all missed us because we sure missed y'all, man. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. We're going to hopefully entertain you like we always do. Bring that different flavor in your ear, as my man Buster said. But, man, we got to get the crew up in here right off the bat, man. Got to be my man from the Northeast. We getting closer and closer to that Cowboy beat down of the Patriots, man. Can't wait. Let's give my man Metal Wide.
What's going on? My God. Hey, all these get signed. Clap, clap. On the fortunate side, man, hope Bronny gets better, man. You know, sad incident today. It's chop up time, though, and we're going to chop a lot of things up. It's Tuesday. Put your hot sauce on it. Mr. White in the building, man. We got to complete the triangle, though. I can't come in here. Coach can't come in here without, you know, we going to call Kobe tonight. You know what I'm saying? My guy, Chili Welle, come in here, man. Hope your feet don't hurt, though, from yesterday's events, man.
Wait, you mean where I almost died?
Well, you survived.
I did survive.
So doing good.
Yeah, but people don't talk about the time they almost survived. Like I almost died, bro. Like,
bro, I almost died too a couple weeks ago. My pinky toe don't feel good, but I survived. So yeah,
but yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We had some brother in the ocean complications, but I'm good now.
That's because we ain't supposed to be out there.
Yeah,
as far as possible. What's going on, Bobby? Shouting out on YouTube. What's going on?
Sometimes I forget I'm half black. Like I just be like, yeah, like, I be trying to do white activities, man. And you get reminded real quick.
Absolutely. What's up, Bobby, man? How you doing, brother? Hopefully all is well, man. So how's your day today so far?
Also, I just realized Dale got me in the clip coming in. By the way, I love our intro, but he got me in the clip. Fat man talk about crackers. Like, come on, man.
That's crackers, man. That's the word with it, man. The chop about anything and everything in any given moment.
You got me talking about food in the intro. Like, we know where this is going.
That's what we do.
Rich, man, y'all might sell a few more boxes tonight.
Yeah, you know. I'm here to help.
It was good, though. Had a cooking class, you know what I'm saying? Made some chicken dumplings, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Had these guys making all different type of styles, you know what I'm saying? You know, the kids were doing their thing. Shout out to the middle school kids, man, for, you know, making some bomb dumplings. I got to bring some home.
Oh, dumplings, say less.
That sounds good too. We getting pretty close. You know, fall is right around the corner. That's the heavy weather, man. You got your dumplings, you got your venison chilies. You got your soups, all that good stuff, man. I can't wait.
Yeah. On deck. Starts first day of September. You know, I'm getting all that at the grocery store. We popping over there.
Your boy ain't got no weather requirements for any of those foods. I just want to be clear. Like,
you just gonna knock it down, huh?
Just show up, man. I'm eating it, man.
Respect, bro. Respect. But man, so chop up is what we do. We are about 6 days away from season 4.
6 days away from season 4. Absolutely, can't wait for it, man. We've seen a couple of the clips and the previews for it, man. We'll continue to post them as the week goes, man. And the season 4, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for, you know, the things that we haven't discussed, you know, to the audience, and as well as just, you know, continuing the progress and the growth.
Yeah, this season's gonna be wild, man.
And this is actually the finale of season 3, everybody. He's
not wrong.
Yeah,
he's not wrong.
What's going on, mama? Shout out to you.
She out here.
How fitting though, or actually, you know, probably you know, as far as what we do, our most favorite show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's almost like we planned it this way.
I know, right?
We did.
That genius in us.
That's it. Shout out to your brother, man.
Man, we done stumbled into more gems than we'd like to admit. I'll tell you that.
You
Well,
love.
man. So, Will.
Yeah, that's
I
me.
think you got the baton first tonight.
I do.
Running the point.
We tell me your foot hurt either.
You get the. It does, but it ain't gonna stop me here. You got the link. I can pull it up. We good.
I did. You know what we do?
Okay. Here we go. Oh! Don't spoil it. Zoom past it.
Going through.
What in the hell is Will bringing to the table today?
So what we gonna do today is, it's that time of the year. I guess vacation. Everybody vacation, but they're about to be done. But now we're gonna talk about when you go back home where your ass live at, and what are the top 10 most expensive places to live at? Because we all know it ain't cheap to live out here these days, man. So we're gonna tell you where it's the worst in terms of money. So at number 10, what do we have here? I actually haven't seen this list myself, so this is gonna be fun.
It's like that was better.
Yeah, it's better like this. Yeah, scroll so I can see the name of what number 10 is.
Number 10. Doo-doo-doo.
Connecticut. All right, that checks out. So we got Connecticut. Now, they put a little information under it.
Shout out to New England.
New England's always going like, look, man, I love New England. I love being from here. All right, so the median sold price, that must be for whole land and property, is 300,000 plus. Like grocery items index is at 9. Well, we should probably have read the index too, but we'll get to that. Transportation. All right, so with several of the Western countries considered suburbs of New York City, Connecticut is one of the wealthiest states and ranks 5th for median household income. Many Connecticut residents commute by car or train to high-paying jobs in New York and return to their quiet, comfortable neighborhood at night, many of them in the beautiful New England countryside or along Long Island. We can go up. That's Connecticut. Look, I ain't ever... Y'all ever been to Connecticut? I think I've only driven through Connecticut.
I've been to Connecticut one time. And like you said, Will, every time we go into New York, you drive by Connecticut. Drive by Connecticut. So it kind of throws that way where it's kind of nice. It's nothing really out there. But, as in the world, everybody has a side where it's wow. And Connecticut has that. But for the most part, vacation spot, you go here, you live in luxuries, you're living good. I know a lot of people, even in this lifetime, that have moved to Connecticut, to further their lives. Salute them.
Isn't the headquarters for WWE?
Yes, the headquarters for WWE is over there.
Y'all would know that.
I think it's Greenwich. I know that from back then. Your boy don't watch no more. Speaking of wrestling, look who just rolled in, Chris.
I know, right?
My dude. Actually, Saturday, 8:00. I don't know if it's gonna be StreamYard or recorded. We'll have the audio, but we're gonna have our first official wrestling show. Me and Dale speaking on it. Whoever is free at that time, 8 a.m, come through. Come kick it with us. And we're gonna talk a little bit of wrestling, man. Get the morning edge.
Hey, look, you can't just passively say you better know when, or Chris is gonna find.
No, it's 8. No, 8:00. Chris, if you want to join the discussion, let us know. If you're up 8 a.m, we'll bring you on.
I think he would enjoy that.
People don't realize Chris was a former referee.
Yeah,
I saw that picture of it.
Yeah. He loved the sport.
Definitely. But Will, man, who's refereeing at number 9?
Number 9. Scrolling on
down. That's surprising.
Yeah, I thought it would be higher on the list.
Right.
So New York, huh? Let me see.
Yep.
Let me see the stats here. Go down a little bit. Let me see.
Shout out to you, John. Shout out to you.
The top reason the state of New York is among the most expensive in the USA is that it's the largest city. Among the most expensive places to live in the world, with the population 8.5 million in New York City, 5 boroughs, and many more surrounding suburbs.
People.
Yeah, that's way too many people. They just stacking them on top of each other, man.
Right, that's literally how life is down there. You literally stacking.
Yo, speaking of that, you ever see that clip of it's like a bunch of little British kids in like the 50s or 60s talking about, it's like way back, talking about how like the future's gonna look, and they basically explain like New York. It's crazy. Before it was like that though. They explained like everybody gonna be stacked up on top of each other. Everybody gonna be broke. It's crazy, man. New York's wild. Big Apple's metropolitan area holds about half of the entire state population. That's crazy. So just in the metro area, it holds half of their population.
Yeah, it's crazy down there. You say, hey, people wherever you're at, you may be in places where you can leave probably like an hour early to get to work if you're taking transportation. Hell no, not in New York City. Yeah, Chris, visit MSG, visit anywhere in New York. New York is lovely, man. New York City is lovely. Both sides of the city is great, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Chris, go to both sides.
You been on Ice Spice block? I bet.
You on the block with it. You know what I'm saying?
Should have bought her a pizza.
Should have got that pizza, yep.
Yeah.
Go over there and get some nice pizzas over there, man. Actually, picking up some chocolate M&Ms.
All right. What we got? Yeah, what's good? Oh, Kobe, yeah, okay. What's what we got for number 8 now? Because that was surprising. I thought they'd be higher. Washington.
I can see that. I thought they would be higher too. It's a high tech area.
Ain't that Chocolate City? Ain't that what they call it?
No, that's Atlanta.
No, you sure? I thought that's all right. Well,
but I know with Washington State, you got a Microsoft, you got T-Mobile, you got a whole bunch of tech companies up there. Yeah, it's kind of a high end city.
Yep, saying, listen, I got beef with all them companies. I got beef with all them companies. And if I go to Washington right now, we fighting. All those companies you just listed, I got beef with. You know what I'm saying? So be out there.
I mean, slid in Starbucks.
Two has no love for him. They might be sponsors too.
Ain't no love. Ain't no love.
You're gonna have to hash it out if we get that sponsorship. I know that.
Right?
The state of Washington has enjoyed staggering economic growth over the last few decades, due in part to the large technology, like you said, technology industry that sprouted up around Seattle. Okay, see, that's the problem. I should have known. I didn't say DC. The state's largest city continues to experience tremendous population growth as workers from around the world come seeking high-paying jobs. The need for housing brought on by the boom has created one of the most expensive real estate markets in the country. With the median home sold price third highest after Hawaii and California. The housing costs in Seattle are also given up by the city's zoning restrictions, which limit the amount of land available for dense housing developments in favor of single-family homes. Well, that part's probably better, but the fact that what up, Kyrie? We out here, man. I see you.
What's the word? What you?
Welcome to the podcast on the brand that your name is attached to.
Washington. Chris says Washington. Magic Johnson needs to change name back to Washington Redskins. Never will happen. Washington, two different Washingtons right now. Two different Washingtons, Chris. Two different ones, but one thing I would want to see in Washington, especially in Seattle area. I heard about it on ESPN one time. Was that they got like superheroes that can save victims from like trouble.
Oh, they have like I've seen this. They have like just like public people who run around costumed and try to help save people, and they're allowed to do it as like public service, like citizens arrest and shit. A couple of them got their ass beat a few times, but you get what you get when you're out there trying to save the world.
Seattle Man, new Marvel flick. Seattle Man coming soon.
Seattle Man, just run around with an S on his chest, but it's the regular S, not like Superman. Dressed in Supersonics colors until they bring their team back.
Looking like a media man type motherfucker.
Yeah. So what we got next, man? Number 8. Number 7. What's next?
Lucky number 7.
Vermont. Hippie Lane? Didn't know.
I know, right?
I'm not from, right? Yeah, I believe so. Vermont is a quirky state, and its native inhabitants are, by and large, humble folks. Certainly not considered wealthy or pretentious. I feel like that's a shot. Much of the wealth in Vermont comes from residents of far richer nearby states, such as New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, who vacation in Vermont or have second home there. This not only drives up the cost of goods and services, but it also widens the wealth gap, causing scarcity of housing for lower income workers because Vermont's economy is highly agrarian, and residents are so spread out. This shit is getting real. I'm gonna pull it up. Finish reading that.
It's getting real Vermontish in here. You know why? Because we have you been to Vermont before, Will?
Vermont, yeah. Nah, I haven't. Nah.
Yeah. Keep that trend.
Too?
Keep that trend. I don't believe I have. So I'm gonna say no because at the end of the day, I have not been to Vermont. No, but actually, shout out to my man Josh Austin, man. He's been in Vermont a few times, and he's actually bought me home a few times some syrup from Vermont. I believe I have a bottle. I wish I had it here. Of syrup that he gave me.
I do like Vermont syrup. I've gotten that in the stores before.
Vermont is beautiful. I heard he tells me all the time. Vermont, you should go down there. I have, you know what I'm saying. It's actually nice down there from what I hear, man. Quiet, definitely. You hit that Asperger Vermont in there. It's very quiet.
All right, Coach, I'm gonna take over the showing of it. This way I can actually see it. There we go. All right, let me share this screen right here, and we're gonna go on.
Now we're gonna go
there.
And even number
switch
on the tap, man.
So yeah, that's Vermont, man. It looks beautiful. The foliage must be crazy because everything in New England in terms of foliage,
it looks like a great fall place. To me,
yeah, that's exactly the foliage, right? Because that's when all the colors change and everything. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Plus, I hear like one of the main things. My homie goes there and he likes to ski. He said it's great. Ski.
Ski season crazy.
If you like to ski, I ain't got the need for skiing no more, so it's not really my grind. So
your skiing trip.
I never really had the knees for skiing, to be honest with you, but now it's even worse. Number 6, New Hampshire. Let me not. But I'm just saying, like New Hampshire.
Live by the gun, die by the gun.
much like Massachusetts, its neighbor to the south, New Hampshire, is a wealthy New England state with 11th highest house. I'm seeing a trend here of New England, but highest household income in the U.S. because goods and services tend to cost more in wealthier areas. And New Hampshire ranks 13th for highest cost of living, 12.49% above the national average. Further, at 31.72 cents per kilowatt hour of electricity. New Hampshire has the highest second electricity bill in the nation.
Ain't gonna be able to do it. We're gonna be the candles in that bitch.
Yeah, man, my AC always pumping. That's bad. Housing supply tends to be low, which drives up the rents and home values. While residents do not pay income or sales tax, property tax in the granite state are 4th highest in the U.S. Still, New Hampshire remains a popular place to live for its 4-season climate, slower paced lifestyle, and charming New England hamlets.
Man, listen. Uninsured cars. Hold on. Uninsured cars, sports betting, and guns.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Seems like a good party spot to chill in New Hampshire.
Two said, I'm interested.
They're expensive, definitely, man. You got a whole bunch. There's a lot of great sites in New Hampshire.
He said, sold. I'm there.
I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of great spots in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a great place to go. Indeed, definitely, man. I have no hate towards New Hampshire.
I will say this, like usually when we do these lists, we get some shitty ass pictures, but these pictures they've been choosing have been nice shots.
They have been.
Yeah, look at the foliage here, man. It looks beautiful. That's crazy. Yeah, they did. Let's go. All right. Number 5, Oregon. Oregon, however you want to do it. Oregon. All right. With good reason. Oregon has seen its population and economy boom in the last few decades, with many seeking jobs in Oregon's tech industry. The state's natural beauty is second to none, from the Pacific coastline to the Mount Hood, and attracts outdoor adventurers. Unfortunately, the state's housing supply has struggled to keep up with all its growth, which means rents are high and the average cost of a single-family home is well above the national average. The Beaver State also has some of the highest property tax rates in the country, furthering the cost of home ownership. Oregon ranks 9th among the U.S. states for highest cost of living at 21.1% above the national average. Man, if all these East Coast places are above the average, like, then where is the average? And then the lower part, like this is all crazy. Again, another beautiful shot, skyline. Look at that. Look at the mountains in the background.
My fault.
It's looking nice, looking nice. All right, what we got? Number 4. Yeah, you know it, you love it.
If you want to come here, just come.
I don't love this shot though. Like, where did this? What part of this?
You know they got Wayman for Quincy or something shot in this picture.
They did not. They did not.
Something like Redden. You know what I'm saying? Wilmington. You know what I'm saying? Something.
I mean, they caught the coastline, and I'm looking down at the hook. I mean, this might. I don't know.
Sudbury.
I'm mad. I'm mad about the picture. But I guess I'm biased. So, Massachusetts ranks 4th on the list of our list of highest median homes sold price. This is driven in part by low supply of single-family homes in the state. The median home sale price of nearly $500,000 dwarfs the U.S. average, which stood at $375,000 in the first quarter of 2023, according to the National Association of Realtors. Damn, man, it's bad here, man. With the fourth highest cost of living in the U.S. at 41% above the national average, seemingly everything is more expensive in Massachusetts. This includes energy at 31.71 cents per kilowatt hour electricity. Massachusetts has the 3rd highest electricity rates in the U.S. It's also an economic reality that things cost more in places where there is more wealth. And Massachusetts is consistently ranked among the top 5 wealthiest states in America. The Bay State ranks 4th per capita income at $45,000 a year. Ain't like that for everybody.
I'm broke, baby. I'm broke, baby.
I'm broke, broke, baby. And 3rd in mean household income at $115K a year. That's, man, good for those families because it ain't mine.
The way we live.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we feel that's the funny. So that's the thing. Like, we feel the effects of that despite not making necessarily those numbers. And even if, like, I think he's a little bit off, maybe, because even if I read somewhere, even making that much, $45K a year, isn't still really isn't enough to live in this state.
Right. It's crazy.
It's a lot.
Significant number.
Yeah, for real, right there, man. I might end up staying in Texas.
Number 3, Alaska. And why would you move to Alaska if it's the 3rd most expensive? That's crazy.
And Prescott Kelly. Shout out to our man, Prescott Kelly, man. Chat with
that's right. But did he wait? Did he? Oh, he did move there. Yeah, he's wilding, man. But look, he moved there to corner in niche market, man. He was grinding, but like, man, it's an expensive place to just move to. Like,
shout out to Chris, man. I like that comment, Chris. Jaylen Brown is the highest paid NBA player right now of all time. Money flow.
Yeah, he can afford it. He could definitely afford it.
Shout out to you, Chris, dog. I like that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny as shit. I'm broke in the bean. That I mean, he's a fool. All right. In terms of wide open spaces and natural beauty, Alaska has it all. Hundreds of miles of Pacific shoreline, mountain ranges, glaciers, massive forests, and abundant wildlife. One consequence of being in America's largest state is that it's one of the most expensive to live in because it's so vast and population so widespread. The cost of shipping consumer goods and groceries across Alaska is very high. In fact, only Hawaii pays more for groceries than Alaska. In 2023, the cost of living in Alaska was 24.4% higher than the national average. The cost of healthcare in Alaska is the highest in the U.S. This is due in large part to Alaskans' lower access to less expensive preventative healthcare, such as regular checkups, which can prevent higher cost health emergencies down the road. Yeah, again, more beauty, although I feel like this one got airbrushed a little bit, but it's a nice little pic they got going here.
My brother says it's beautiful up there.
I heard they got a fucking mosquito problem though, like bad.
Really?
Real bad. Which you wouldn't think because it's cold, right? But like when it's not cold, they out in numbers.
It's hot over there. I want to see what their seafood's like over there.
Number 2, yeah, I'm guessing the king crab over the Alaskan king crab. It's got to be bomb, right? California.
No doubt about it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so the Golden State sits near the top of our list with the highest median home sale price in the United States. Largest and one of them and arguably one of the most beautiful of the contiguous states. California has always been an attraction for dreamers with big ideas seeking better lives to better their lives. And this has brought a constant supply of new energy to the state's vibrant economy. For such a massive state to have a top 10 medium household income is impressive. But with all this success, California Californians pay more for things. Electricity rates in California, for example, are among the highest in the nation. I noticed they didn't give. Is that 700? Is that the price for the? Wow.
So
yeah, that's crazy.
On the behalf of all native Texans, California, go back home. The housing market here has gone up considerably.
They all moved to Austin, right?
Yep, they moved to Austin. They moved to Frisco. They sold their homes there and came here, and they was paying cash for like 2 houses.
You could blame Joe Rogan for that. It was already happening, but when he did it, like it just recruited a wave of people.
Him and
Toyota
moved the headquarters here.
And I agree with you, Bobby, man.
Who moved the headquarters there?
Toyota was the first big shoe to fall here.
Oh, okay, that's crazy.
They pretty much moved over Frisco.
Bobby says you'll never live there. Would y'all ever live in California?
It depends on. Yeah, right. That, but like wherever this podcast may go, we'll see.
Yeah. San Diego is beautiful. I can live in San Diego.
Hey, as long as you do, go visit. You have to go visit California. Yeah. I don't care where you go.
You feel the energy there.
The problem is everything is on fire out there at all times. So it's just like, Jesus.
Oh, mudslides.
Oh, no,
or earthquakes. And I'm just like, yo, somebody's telling y'all to move. And maybe we should all listen. Maybe California shouldn't be a place to live so much as a place that you go.
I mean, but you fall in love with it probably if you stay. You don't want to end like that. I hold on. I was supposed to go for a week. It ended up 2 extra weeks.
Yeah, but that makes sense. But had you had to pay a bill the entire time you were there,
man, I'll go to the local motel. They got those good prices over there. Talk about back in the day prices. You know what I'm saying?
You lucky you made it out of them motherfuckers. Apparently everything's more expensive when you live on an island of paradise. Because Hawaii's next up in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Hawaii's astronomical median home sale price, second only to California, is due to high demand for relatively limited land available for development. Virtually all consumer goods and much of the food has to be shipped thousands of miles. And the end buyer ultimately pays for that. Electricity rates in Hawaii are 2 to 3 times more expensive than any other state. Alas, the people who live there have figured all of that out into the equation and decided to stay. Some things are more important than money. Hawaii is one of those beautiful places on earth. And one of the
I feel like Jesse taking a shot at my state. I see that comment.
Wait, what do you say?
Texas has a privatized power grid. Wasn't the problem till too many people moved here.
Definitely not. It's never a problem. It's never a problem like that to too many people move in. It's never too much until people move in.
Isn't that one of the states where they were doing the rolling blackouts on purpose to drive up prices? It was California, I think, and Texas.
Yeah, during the ice storm.
Yeah, so
which is the worst ice storm we've had in over 100 years. So back up off my state, man.
Man, look, as a New Englander and specifically a Massachusetts man, I judge people on how they handle snow, and you motherfuckers didn't know what to do.
They didn't know what to do.
You did?
Nah, I don't blame y'all though. Like it's tough if y'all don't really deal with it.
But bring them tornadoes and them hurricanes, we got you.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I thought we was gonna have one a few weeks ago. I was scared as shit.
Yeah, you know what we do here when we get tornadoes? I go outside and look for it.
Yeah.
My wife be yelling at me. She's like, "Get your ass in the house."
That's funny, man. But yeah, man, just a quick little insight on all the prices and everything. It's just crazy, honestly. Like, but we'll do another one of these. Probably about maybe we'll cover the other states that aren't as bad.
I wanna cover the bottom half.
Bottom 10. That's what I was thinking. The next time we'll flip it and go the other way.
Put that in there, definitely.
So we can know where the fuck to move and we all go broke, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely want to cover that because I got a whole nother talk.
I'm moving to Mass Ave. There's always room.
Bad boy. That's method on mile. You don't want to be over there, but you know that. I always wanted to live in brownstone buildings, and the only brownstone really in Boston is next to literally the most drugged out spot you could be in the city, pretty much. So you really can't do the brownstones in Boston, like.
I mean, go to Back Bay. Go to Back Bay.
It's a little different, yeah. But even there, you're not far from like right where the shit is.
You're in the epitome. You're in the middle. Yeah,
you in.
Go to
like,
Brighton.
in
Come
it.
to Brighton. Go to Brighton. May see some stragglers, but
you ain't telling me not. You grew up in Brighton. What happened?
After Heinz Convention Center, you practically done.
It starts to get dicey. Yeah, it gets
real dicey down that way, man. But shout out to you, Will, man. Appreciate that list, man. Definitely. You know, you get the nice cities. You get to hit New England states. You know what I'm saying? They say we ain't got nothing. You know, we ain't nothing. But you know what I'm saying? You see that. You know, so shout out to all the states. You know.
Hey, shout out to Mom Duke. She kind of triggered the idea because she was like, "You should do the worst places to live." And I'm like, that might get depressing. I was like, we're gonna start with most expensive places to live, and we ran from there.
Renee, no, Will.
I got to assume that's his dry humor. Like he has to have known by now.
Maybe not.
There's no way.
Yes, Atlanta. Atlanta's in Boston tonight. The Braves are playing the Red Sox tonight.
Oh, damn! I'm supposed to go to that game.
I might try. Hold on. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I might get a $9 ticket. I might slide there.
You know I don't pay for games, bro.
Hey, if you can get me in the game tomorrow, let me know.
I'll holler at my people. See what's going on. Oh, he
ready for first break?
Come on.
We can type into a break, 15, 20 seconds, man. Grab your Jerry Juice, come through over here. We ain't done talking up. And guess what? We ain't crying neither. So stay tuned and come through and ride back with us.
Little J's Donuts and more. Located in Harahan at 1301 Hickory Avenue. Come in for donuts, savory breakfast, king cakes, and more. Check us out on Facebook at Little J's Donuts or on our website, littlejaysdonuts.org.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We back, man. Shout out to Little J, the official donut.
You got some, right?
WF. Hey, I'm unfortunately storms in Kentucky halted the donut trip last week. Donuts will be in shipment, I believe, beginning of the week next week. Shout out to Josh, very responsible man. Let me know everything detail by detail. And when those donuts come, there will be a donut review, and I will be sitting here with a bunch of donuts rubbing up. You know what I'm saying? But once again, shout out to Lil J Donuts, man. If you're in the area, go check them out. Fenway's on your bucket list, Bobby. When you come up here, holla at me. We're going to have a night out.
Yeah, we
I'm going to show you how we get down. You had a little
sometimes
you come in saying that this and that about the bean, but we got you, though. I got you.
We're going to show you.
We're going to show you. Want a donut, Jesse?
Yeah,
hey, Jesse, if you can come to get to Lynn, for my donut review, I got you. If you can meet me anywhere in Boston area, Jesse, let me know.
We might have to slide through or slide up on you, man. See what happens.
Pop up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So, speaking of donuts, donuts come from a native land of Tukwon Wap. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all just finding that out tonight. But in all, we love food. And y'all know if y'all been tuning in, since the day one of the chop up, food gets discussed on about 93% of the shows. And if it doesn't, we fit something in anyway. That's what we do. Yeah. But tonight, we have CNN Travel's 10 best cuisines in the world. Now, before we head it out, what I'm saying? Yes, chop. But I'm never going to get one of those water things like, I don't know what you're doing, one of those hibachi restaurants, never going to do that. Never will. Let y'all know that right now. But we're going to get down to it. And I love the list here, because instead of going from 1 to 10 up, it goes from 10 to 1 down, and I don't got to scroll much. So it's pretty dope. Number 10, top cuisines in the world, the native United States. Many of the popular foods in the USA originate from other cuisines. The pizza slice is Italian, fries is Belgian or Dutch. Yeah, the USA copies and mimics and tries to make it better, so what? But sometimes, not all the time, it's better. Hamburgers and Frankfurters, holler the Dawn voice, lucky German. But in the kitchens of the United States, they have been improved and added to becoming global icons for food lovers everywhere. And I mean, I feel like they just continue to do it. And you actually have states now in the United States, you know, chiming in and trying to get into certain things like, you know, barbecue and Southern food. You know, that's one thing Massachusetts really never had, you know, on the side, besides when you go to Boston and stuff. I feel like towns are trying to implement those styles now and things like that. There's only so much you can go back to. You have to implement new things. And I kind of like what the United States is doing in certain places, you know, that I've been in terms of, you know, the all-around food culture. But probably not the best cuisine in the world. I wish one day I can go around the world and try the best. Number 9. Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. If you're allowed to eat only the food, if you're allowed to go in the country the rest of your life, and mind you, I didn't even know that. I just said that on the tone before I read that. It's crazy. It would be smart to make it Mexican food. The cuisine has a little bit of everything. You'll never get bored. Amongst the enchiladas, the tacos, and jalapenos, and the quesadillas, you'll find the zestiness of Greek salads. I just had Greek salad today too, man. Lemon chicken Greek salad for lunch. And the richness of an Indian curry, the heat of Thai food, and the use your hand snackiness of tapas. So
top is a bone.
Tapas, sorry. After I got every word right except for that.
I know it'd be like that, man. Just when you read it like live, like you just.
Number 8, Thailand. Street eats are tied to attraction. Flip through a Thai cookbook and you'll be hard pressed to find an ingredient list that doesn't run a long page. The combination of so many herbs and spices in each product complexes flavors that somehow come together like orchestral music. That fits spicy, sour, salty, sweet, chewy, crunchy, slippery into one dish. Hey, I had some dumplings today. Kind of feels like that touch. You know, fellas, influences from China, Malaysia, Indonesia, Myanmar, and a royal cultural tradition. Thai cuisine is the best of many worlds. The best part about eating Thai food in Thailand, though, is the hospitality. Sun Beach serves with a smile and a plastic bag full of suntan. That's the good life.
They look like they're having an intimate ass dinner. They're mad close.
And I just want to go back a little bit because they got some yums and dums of the world in Thailand as well as the other countries I missed it. So a yum from Thailand is Tum Yung Kung, a rave party for the mouth, floral oats of lemongrass, the earthly ganjo freshness of the kaffir, lime leaves, and the heat of chilies. And dum is plasak, which is fish eaten uncooked. Yeah, fish uncooked would be terrible to me too. We'll go yum from Mexico, and that's mole. And
mole.
Dum is
mole. Yeah, it is.
Quesadillas. So in the United States, dum is all overly processed foods such as Twinkies, Hostess cakes, and KFC, and a yum cheeseburger and chocolate chip cookies. So we're gonna move on to number 7 on the list, and that's Greece. Traveling, eating, and Greece feels like a glossy magazine spread come to life, but without the photoshopping. Like the blue
good.
White buildings. That looks good right there. Definitely. The calamata, olives, feta cheese, mwah. The colorful salads, roast meats are all postcard perfect by default. The secret of Greek food, lashes of glistening olive oil. Gift of the gods, olive oil is arguably Greece's greatest export, influencing the way we order that just about every other day. People around the world think about food and nutritional health. Eating in Greece is also a way of consuming history. A bite of dalan, a slurp of lentil soup gives a small taste of life in ancient Greece where they were invented. Sorry about that. Yum, of course, the olive oil, spanakopita, and gyros. Dum is lat charzeros. Like hand chicharro.
It's basically cabbage and onion cooked to death, then mixed with rice, filling but one.
Get a little duck sauce on that. I'll eat it.
Yeah, I'm out on that, but everything else.
In the Boston area, we're gonna holler at you, Jesse, for real, man. I'll be in the Boston area 5 days a week from a certain time, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get up one of these days. 6, India, with a cuisine uses spices in such abundance that the meat and vegetables seem like an afterthought. You know you're dealing with cooks dedicated to flavor. In Indian cuisine, there's no rules for spice uses as long as it results in something delicious. Same spice can add zest and savory in sweet dishes or can sometimes be eaten on its own. For instance, fennel seed is enjoyed as a breath freshening digestive aid at the end of meals. And any country that manages to make vegetarian food constantly great certainly deserves some kind of Nobel Prize. The regional varieties are vast. There's Goa seafood, the Wazwan of Kashmir,
Wazwan.
and the cocoa and the coconut richness of Kalal. Yum in India, dal. India has managed to make boiled lentils exciting. Chai as well over there is pretty yum. And dum, balti, chicken, an invention for the British Paltain. It should probably have died out with colonialism. Running at number 5.
Colonizer dish, apparently. They
I don't know, man. I like me some Indian food. Colonizer dish.
No, I'm saying the last one, the Balti chicken. They said they made it for the British palate because that's when they were colonized. It's a colonizer dish. That's why they like get rid of it.
Number 5, Japan. The Japanese apply the same precision to their food as they do in their engineering. This is the place that spawned Tronico sushi masters, ramen bullies who make their staff and customers tremble with a glare. Shout out to ramen noodles, man. With Japanese food, you can get a lavish, multi-course kaoseki meal that presents the seasons and a spread of visual and culinary poetry, or grab a seat at a revolving sushi conveyor for a solo feast, or pick up something random and previously unknown in your gastronomic lexicon from the refrigerated shelves of a convenience store. It is impossible to eat badly in Japan. Everything's made in Japan.
Yep. It's fresh food.
You know what I'm saying? Yum. Sushi, sashimi, miso soup, and tempura. Dum, fugu. Is anything really that delicious when it's worth risking your life to eat? The poison is potentially lethal.
So that's the fugu fish. If it's not cut right, you will die.
I want to eat it.
Of course you.
Let's have a 2-coin, believe it or not.
Is it not dangerous? Is it not dangerous enough to be black in America? You won't eat a fish that could kill you. Living on the edge, man.
I want to live on the edge, man. Hey, shout out, man.
You gonna go skydiving next?
No. I won't get on the Superman no more. I won't get on the Superman no more.
That's how you feeling?
Yep. 40. All right, so we go to number 4.
Yo,
shout out to the Gasals, man. We going to Spain with it. Let's eat and drink, then sleep. Then work for 2 hours. Then eat and drink. Hey, that sounds like a good lifestyle. VS, but nah. The country who had a Gnostic food culture, we all secretly wishing our own. All the bar hopping and tapas eating. The 9 p.m. dinners. The endless pour-on challenges. This is a culture based on around and sometimes even inside food. Spanish culture is made with some unbridled passion you'll find in the Flamenco dance. The people bunch on snacks throughout the day with intervals of big meals, from the fruits of the Mediterranean Sea to the spoils of the Pyrenees, from the saffron and the cumin notes of the Moors to the insane Molucca experiences of the Ferran Adria. Spanish food is timeless, yet avant garde. Yum. Jamon Erico. Eberico.
Yeah.
A whole curd ham hock, usually carved by clamping it down, and a wooden stand like some Merino ritual. And churros. Yum as well. Dumb. Gazpacho. It's
refreshing and all, but it's basically liquid salad. That's
soup. What the hell?
not even soup. Liquid salad, bro. That's terrible.
Number 3, we go to France.
They just showed bread. That's wild.
If you're one of those people who doesn't like to eat because there's more to life than food, then visit Paris. City notorious for its creme only the measons, and it all believes the importance of good food. 2-hour lunch breaks for D-course meals are the Igor. This is funny, man. I'm learning different languages. I'm reading these, and it's fun. Entire 2-week vacations are centered on exploring combinations of wines, cheeses around the country. Down-to-earth cooking will surprise who thought of the French as the world's food snobs. It is the birthplace of the Michelin God, after all. French food such as cassolette, pot mi fou, and steak frites are very when had in the right bistros. Yums, macarons, baguettes, and escalots. Dumb foie gras. It takes like 10,000 ducks roasted in butter, then reduced to a velvet pudding and some animal. That's kind of like a chocolate. It's like a vanilla pudding. Agavits with green inside.
Roasted duck pudding.
Oh yeah.
Roasted
Number 2.
Hold on. The real reason why French is up here is because of their desserts, honestly. Like, that's why they're high on this list. And the reason that they make better desserts than a lot of the other places on this list is because all these other places you saw that someone said olive oil and stuff like that. France is the one they've mastered butter, and butter just tastes better with everything.
Will Big Man Notes.
Number 2.
You know this.
Used to be my favorite food. I try to eat it once in a while, but I can't really hang with it no more, man. But shout out to China, man.
They don't be like us, though.
Home in the camel hump. The people who greet each other with "Have you eaten yet?" are obviously the most food obsessed in the world. Food has been a form of escapism for the Chinese throughout its tumultuous history. The Chinese entrepreneurial spirit of appreciation for finer points of frugality result in one of the bravest tribes of eaters in the world. But the Chinese just don't cook and sell anything. They also make it taste great. Yep, they gonna use this right here, paper, and make it good, and people gonna eat it. That's what China does. China's a place to go get food shocked dozen times a day. You can eat that will become an integral food traveler's daily refrain. China's regional cuisines are so varied that it's hard to believe they're from the same nation. It's not a food culture you can easily summarize except to say you'll invariably want seconds. Yum in China, sweet and sour pork, dim sum, roast sucking pig, and perkin duck, and Zia long bio. She's only bio. She's only bio.
We're gonna get canceled.
I say live. And dumb.
He'll get us canceled.
Yeah, buddy. To get us canceled, bro.
I love China. I said I love y'all first. So why would I insult y'all? Yeah. I'm trying to learn.
I'm sure they're asking the same thing.
Why?
Why would he?
You know what I'm saying?
Shark fin soup. Yo, people, if you go to China, don't expect to get the food that you get from your Chinese spot. They don't really eat the way they make it here.
That's Americanized.
Right. They make it seem like it's how we eat here, but it's not really how we eat. No, that's not really how they eat. Number one.
Uno. The best food.
I want some pizza. Italy. Italian food captivated taste buds around the world for centuries. Zesty tomato sauces, those clever things they do with wheat flour and dessert that are basically vehicles for cream.
All that.
So simple. Get some noodles, get some olive oil, get some garlic, maybe a tomato, a slice of bacon. Bam. You have a party on a plate. And it's also easy to cook and eat, from the cheesy rissoles to the crisp fried meats. Italian cuisine is a common minimum of crowd-pleasing comfort food. Many people have welcomed it into their homes, especially novice cooks. The lies, the real genius. Italian food has become every man's food. Yes, Italian food, man. You want to start great, man, you go make some, but you got to make sure, you got the noodles at a straight time, decent time. You don't want to, go overcook them, things of that nature. I'm just letting you fellas know. You know what I'm saying? Don't overcook the goddamn noodles, okay? You heard? So yum. Of course, pizza, Italian-style salami, coffee, ragu alla bolognese, which is spaghetti. And dumb is buffalo mozzarella. I would like to try that. Can I put mozzarella sticks?
See, no, but look, that's how good Italian food is that they're dumb. We were still like, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. I got mozzarella sticks at work. I got mozzarella sticks at work. I'm going to make buffalo sauce tomorrow. I'm about to put some buffalo sauce and make a buffalo mozzarella, and I'm gonna snap it.
Italy know what they're doing, man. Italy know exactly what they're doing with food, man.
They know exactly what they're doing, indeed, man. So, hey, top 10 cuisines, man. There's a lot of nice things to eat in the world, man. There's probably many different places and countries. You know what I'm saying? You got Africa. You got a bunch of other countries that you could represent and talk about, definitely. So, chime in anytime, man. If you guys want to have a back at it segment, we can. There's a lot of other countries you have not tapped in, man, and it'll be great to do that. Appreciate you guys tuning in to my chop up topic as well as Will so far.
My man, John. It's a Josh sighting.
Yeah.
It's a Josh sighting.
This is wrong. Hey! Shout out to the man with the plan, man. Shout out to my man.
Orson in the building.
He was just recently in Spain.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He got a Gasol soccer jersey.
Yeah, he said that. He said I finally got a Gasol jersey that wasn't.
Oh, okay, then more news over here. Y'all shipping those donuts tomorrow. Hey, man.
Let's go.
Love in the chat, man. Shout out to Josh. Josh, can we get you on the show here one day, man? Do you have time for me anymore? Do you have time for us?
Nah, he ain't got no time for you, bro. He doing bigger.
I have no time for him either, really. We have to make time for each other, bro. I'm pleading with you, brother. Come on the STWF show. I would love you on the chopper because you have so many topics that you could probably at the end of the show give to us, and we'll have season 4, all types of products. So shout out to my man Josh, man. Keep doing your thing, brother, man. One love. You know, shout out to Josh as well, man. The Poke Cast Sunday nights, man, around 8:30ish Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. You know what I'm saying? Guys on fire, man, making a way for himself, man. Awesome, man. Awesome father. Just had his commercial for the donuts before my segue. So, you know, we doing our thing, man. Support is free, everybody. Networking is free, everybody. If you don't got those 2 things in your vocabulary, pick up a book. Learn the definitions. And go with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. So we're going to take another break. We're going to go into the main event. We're going to get people ready for the main event because I feel like this need of a commercial
this
real quick.
This is going to hit, man. If this is what I think it is going to hit, I can't wait.
All right. We be back by 15, 20.
Y'all don't go nowhere.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Back at it like we're mad at it, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with your boys tonight. Oh, now it's time for the Fat Man Shuffle in here. So, my topic tonight, because you know I'm that type of guy. My mind gets to going sometimes, and I'll be wondering, is that true or if it's not true? So, my topic tonight is, if I can find this bad boy,
play that music.
25 conspiracy theories that ended up being true.
He got a new job.
So for us, the number one. Hey, Will, can you throw it up there for me?
Oh yeah, I got you. You threw it in the thing.
Yes, sir.
This is funny, though.
There it is.
Crispy,
you want to start at what? No, we're gonna start at 25, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you want to count them down, man. We sliding all the way down here. Let's get up out of there. I don't know. They selling the kids' clothes, and it's that time of the year. You know what? It seemed like it's gonna be a pain to do that. Have I shared the screen yet? No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way over here for you, and we're gonna run it back. Why would you start with? Who starts a list with number 1?
I know, right?
That's just not how you start a list. All right, let me throw this up for the people. Bam! Got real intense, real fast.
So I'm surprised this is at number 25, but you know, because it still kind of goes on. But this one is Osama bin Laden was hunted down through a fake vaccination program. The CIA ran a fake vaccination program, which eventually led to the capture of Osama bin Laden. They had bin Laden's DNA on file thanks to his sister who lived in Boston. The goal was to obtain DNA from one of his children who was living at the compound with him and match it to the sister's DNA. Then they could confirm with certainty that bin Laden was indeed inside. A Pakistani doctor went through the city under the guise of the vaccination program and collected DNA samples. They identified bin Laden's DNA through his children, which successfully led to his capture. Ooh. That's how they found out where he was at.
Allegedly.
Man, this dude went from a rock to a pit, back to a rock, to the mountains, and all that. And we didn't have the cops or the people to even go get him. He was on the run for a grip. And then they said Obama, and then they tried to say Obama found him.
And then they killed him and then threw his body in the ocean, just cause.
That man's with Tupac somewhere.
Probably.
We'll probably hear about him later.
He got a whole
Number
new name
24.
Bam.
It is so probably one of my favorite historical topics. What was long believed to be Hitler's skull was that of a young woman. For decades, it was believed that Hitler took his own life after World War II ended. Unsurprisingly, there were also many who believed that it was a setup and that he had actually sneaked away. Supposedly, Hitler's skull was in the custody of the Russian government. In 2009, tests were finally performed on the skull. The shocking results revealed that the skull was actually that of a young woman. Ironically, the tests were done to lessen the credibility of the conspiracy theorists who believe he had gone into hiding. Wow.
He's in Argentina.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
People don't like if you know why I said that. There's a reason that it's specifically Argentina, but
a lot of them down there.
A lot of them. They all set up shop.
Yeah, man.
It's potentially though, but I think he died that day.
We got this theory growing up too, man. That a lot of the guys that did the things that Hitler did eventually go and hide and go live in the paradise somewhere. That's what we were taught. I was taught at least. So I mean, maybe. I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of the scientists we just brought over here and they started NASA. That's a known thing. It's not even like a thing we hide anymore.
Jesse doesn't know about this list, he said. Jesse, we're going to keep diving in. This list is about to get really exciting.
He doesn't know in terms of he's not believing this shit at all, which I don't blame him. But we're going to have fun with it. Look, it's a list about conspiracy theories, which in itself
all opinionated.
Yeah, exactly. So
y'all know I got the best ones though.
This
number
is the
23. Now this one I believe. Noria's testimony leading up to the Gulf War was false. Leading up to the Gulf War, a young girl identified simply as Noria testified before the Congressional Human Rights Caucus in 1990. She told stories about the treatment of the Kuwaitis by the invading Iraqis, which horrified members of Congress and many Americans. Although many people did die following Iraq's invasion, her testimony was made up. She was actually the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador to the U.S., and her testimony was set up as part of the public relations campaign of Citizens for a Free Kuwait run by a Hill and Knowlton, a public relations firm. I believe this one.
Yeah, because that's like America's favorite move, false flag, every time. That's our go-to move. Is to lie about some shit to get into some shit that we don't even belong in.
Right. So we got media coverage and all that, and trying to slip people's heads, man. Yeah, definitely. She looks like she lying.
Yeah.
She does. Just by that picture alone, like, what should I say?
I learned a new word today. That flamingo lying.
I don't know if you learned the word. What is
flamingo is a bad word for a woman to generate a woman, but she's a flamingo. She lying.
Okay, here's another one for you. Number 22. The U.S. government planned to commit domestic terrorism and blame Cuba.
This is I remember this. This is I forget is it Bridget? Not Bridget Spy. This is bomb. Yeah. I know what this is.
Approved by the Pentagon chiefs, the Department of Defense, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the CIA. Operation Northwoods was a proposed plan to fabricate acts of terrorism on U.S. soil. If carried out, it would have killed innocent citizens to trick the public into supporting a war against Cuba in the early 1960s. The operation even proposed blowing up a U.S. ship and hijacking planes as a false pretext for war. Luckily, John F. Kennedy, who was president at the time, put a stop to this planned operation. Boy, that's cold shit.
Man, we've still done it other times. This is just the one time we didn't, so they put it on the list. Like, it's wild.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Number 21, the Department of Defense paid for Patriot Acts. In 2015, Arizona Senators John McCain and Jeff Flake published a report saying that the Department of Defense has spent millions of dollars to have its sports organizations put on large shows to display American pride. This included several teams in the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and others, including the athletic departments of several universities. These shows were meant to drive up military recruiting. In 2016, The NFL agreed to reimburse U.S. taxpayers more than $720,000 of this so-called paid patriotism money. Good old America.
Salute the troops.
Then they're gonna get mad when Kaepernick does it. Come on.
Salute the troops. Hold on. Exactly.
It's y'all playbook. Don't get mad.
Kaepernick tried to play y'all. Just unfortunately, some of the world wasn't ready for it.
Now we're getting into just some. This is just a science one. This is funny.
I believe you, man. Number 20, lightning doesn't need rain. Though we usually associate lightning with raining storms, the phenomenon does not actually need rain to occur. Dry lightning is something that happens in western states and can be a major cause of wildfires and other hazards.
Okay. Yeah, a few of the fires in California have been.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's a lot of them story.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere the outlands and the outskirts, it can definitely happen. I mean, you have places in Massachusetts where it's
anywhere,
no rain. So yeah, it can happen. I've seen it. Going on camping trips and that stuff too. We used to count it and see if it did rain. And sometimes it did, sometimes it did.
Number 19. Hundreds of Netflix accounts are sold on the dark web. According to a report in The Atlantic, cyber criminals can have access to your account. And the issue isn't just that they're watching Stranger Things while pretending to be you, as the Atlanta reporter found out. Getting access to your Netflix account can be a foothold for large-scale identity fraud, including getting the names of your family members, billing zip codes, and much more. And many of these Netflix passwords are being sold for mere cents. The hackers typically get a hold of the credentials through phishing schemes or fake websites that masquerade as that's it. So it says after that. So I believe this one. Actually, my Netflix account got hacked one time.
Oh, they masquerade as a Netflix. That's why. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could scroll down on this motherfucker.
And we knew something was wrong when we opened it up and everything was in fucking Spanish.
Yeah.
Yep, you know how it goes. A different language.
You can do that with the VPN too. You can like go to different countries, Netflix that have different shit.
What's up, Bree? What's see you, Bree?
If it's a black web, black web is definitely happening. All your stuff being tossed around, debit cards and all that stuff, man. So just beware, man.
Ain't shit you could do when they want to get you.
Somebody, hey, one thing about this world, man, somebody trying to come up every single day.
Yeah,
and that's a fact. I don't salute them, but they gonna do what they do.
Number 18. The Dalai Lama was a CIA agent. In the 1960s, the CIA provided the Tibetan resistance with $1.7 million a year to aid in guerrilla operations against China. Makes sense. Which included an annual subsidy of $180,000 to the Dalai Lama. In 1998, the Dalai Lama's administration acknowledged that it did receive these funds from the CIA, but did not report that the Tibetan leader benefited personally from his subsidiary. Instead, they insisted that it went toward setting up offices in Geneva and New York, as well as some money spent on international lobbying.
And all of that is way better than what he actually is, which is a pervert, French kissing kids. Get him out of here.
Yeah, man. He almost had to do jail time. He almost had to do jail time. Did it save him from jail time?
Probably not.
No, it did. Because CIA, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They say
more than likely he turned jail time and he had to be a rat, son.
Number 17.
Good night, Chris. Take care.
The U.S. Air Force researched using pheromones as a weapon. The conspiracy theory, which is actually true, gives a whole new meaning to the phrase "make love, not war," as the U.S. Defense Department considered various non-lethal chemicals meant to disrupt enemies' discipline and morale. One of them as the gay bomb.
Gay bomb. That's wild.
Research, which was conducted in 1994, was intended to create a bomb that would douse enemy troops in female pheromones. The objective was to make soldiers sexually attracted to one another and negatively impact their effectiveness in combat. However, it was never pursued.
Of course, the one fucking thing that probably would have been good, like the one weapon they could have made that would have been better for everybody. They was like, nah, just forget it. Like, we ain't gonna do that.
And be real with you, man. Rick Ross reinvented it. She didn't even know it. Crazy.
Oh, God. Number 16.
Number 16, the CIA spied and controlled the American media. No brainer there. The CIA projected the CIA project known as Operation Mockingbird spied on members of the Washington press corps starting in the early 1950s. As part of this operation, they paid journalists to publish CIA propaganda, wiretap their phones, and monitor their offices to keep tabs on their activities and visitors. The CIA paid student and cultural organizations as well as magazines to serve as front organizations. The covert operation was finally uncovered in Senate hearings in the mid 1970s. And he's still doing it.
Yeah. That sounds like
Gosh, we know where our tax dollars is going. Right back to us. And we didn't even know it. And then it's getting taken right out of us. Damn, it's a fucked up world, man.
Aerosol LSD.
Yeah, we died off.
Yeah, no, they did though. There's also Project. There's also Project Alta. We did everything but the gay bomb. Like, it's hilarious.
Number 15. The CIA developed a heart attack gun. In 1975, the CIA revealed a secret weapon that could cause fatal heart attacks. It worked by shooting. It worked by shooting a small dart of poison that would penetrate clothing and left behind nothing but a tiny red dot on the skin. The dart disintegrated on impact, and the target was only feel a small prick similar to a bug bite. Since the poison denatures quickly, it could not be detected in an autopsy. Therefore, the CIA could carry out assassinations that wouldn't be traced back to them. Many believe the CIA still uses this weapon today.
Of course they do.
I think they do. Hell yeah.
I'm afraid to be reading this shit.
I'm staying in the crib. There's nothing I could possibly do to end up in this situation.
This man gonna get hit with a dart in the neck for reading this shit. You better chill, coach. Just sitting there reading. The fuck was that?
Number 14.
Hey, yo, chill out, dog.
The U.S. government employed Nazi scientists after World War II. Everybody knows that. About 1,600 Nazi scientists were sent to work in the U.S. in 1945 following Germany's defeat in World War II. The program, called Operation Paperclip, was exposed in media outlets, including the New York Times, in 1946. Some of these scientists were involved in Project MK Ultra.
Just called that too.
Wernher von Braun was one of the well-known former Nazi participants in this program, and he was put to work as a director of the Development Operations Division of the Army Ballistic Missile Agency. He was involved in the moon landing and developing the Jupiter C rocket used to launch America's first satellites.
Wernher von Braun. There's actually a show that I watch called For All Mankind, where they talk about a lot of these agents who came over.
Josh says they are drones. They can hit a house from thousands of miles away. You see X-Files, what they did in the movie with those beasts.
Yeah, it's not a game.
The military researched the bombs during World War II, stretching small ordinary devices.
Incendiary,
Japanese buildings were made of wood and paper.
Yeah.
These guys are the guys that got the money and they spend their money on crazy stuff like this. There's some people that don't spend their money on anything, and there's people like that spend their money.
They're spending their money on learning how to keep their money.
Yes.
By fucking destroying other
Ultimately,
people.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that.
Number 13, John Lennon is actually 79. After his assassination in 1980, John Lennon's wife and collaborator, Yoko Ono, declared that there would be no funeral for the 40-year-old exalted musician. Instead, his ashes were scattered in Central Park.
So they would.
And they think he was a different age when he got assassinated.
No, they're saying he's alive.
Oh, they're saying he's alive.
Yeah, you understand he's 79 right now.
Yeah, that's.
Well, we're never going to see those ashes anymore. So, hey, definitely could be a conspiracy if he is, in fact, with Tupac.
Hey, some motherfuckers are just dead, though.
Look at him, Bobby.
Basically, all motherfuckers, man, motherfuckers dead. If he dead, he dead.
Number 12. The world's richest and most powerful men have a retreat every year. Each July, some of the wealthiest, most powerful men in the world gather at a compound in California for 2 weeks of heavy drinking, super secret talks, and strange rituals. Those that come to this retreat, called Bohemian Grove, have included prominent business leaders, former U.S. presidents, musicians, and oil barons. The participants aren't supposed to conduct them. The participants aren't supposed to conduct business deals here, but there was one exception in 1942 for the Manhattan Project, which led to the creation of the atom bomb. Reportedly, plenty of misbehaving goes on at the Bohemian Groves as well. I believe it. But freaks.
The
So is
streets here,
that
man.
is that Reagan and Nixon sitting together?
Yeah, they all go, bro. Everyone's there. It's wild.
Okay.
Yep, everybody there. They all friends, dog. At the end of the day, they just put on a show.
It's like wrestling.
Like wrestling, right?
Number
Some of them
11.
ain't friends. Some ain't friends though.
Smoking is way worse for your heart than you think. Usually, smoking is associated with being horrible for your lungs, but it's bad for your heart too. Experts say due to the increase in blood pressure, it causes your blood vessels to develop a buildup of plaque that can put your heart at risk. So much so that it doubles your risk of heart attacks and a stroke.
Well, that's fun.
Number 10, 28 black men died of treatable syphilis in the name of science. The Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male was a public health service study that began in 1932 and recruited 600 poor black men from Alabama as its subjects. The men were told that they received treatment for bad blood, a colloquialism for syphilis, anemia, and fatigue. But they were misled. Researchers continued to experiment even after penicillin was proven to treat syphilis in 1945. The research finally stopped in 1972 after the New York Times published a story about the study tilted syphilis victims in the U.S. Study went untreated for 40 years. Wow, that's
Over those 4 decades, 28 men died of syphilis, and 100 more died from related causes.
That's crazy.
That shit, wow.
Good old America.
They didn't just treat them. They told them they were treating them. That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
Here you go. Fuck y'all.
Number 9, the U.S. government was investigating UFOs. The Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program was a government-backed program which received $22 million between 2008 and 2011. It's pretty recent. The researchers examined civilians and military personnel who claimed to have seen and interacted with mysterious aerial phenomena for signs of physiological changes. The program was also analyzed video and audio recordings of reported UFOs. The efforts and funding for this program were kept hush-hush, and the program was shut down in 2012 due to a lack of findings. Its funds were redistributed to other efforts of higher importance, so they say.
Allegedly.
Number 8, the Gulf of Tonkin attack never happened. In 1964, President Lyndon Johnson told the public that the U.S. ships were attacked by the Vietnamese, known as the Gulf of Tonkin attack, to gain the support of American citizens for the Vietnam War. However, a year later, Johnson admitted that there was no attack and was quoted as saying, "For all I know, our Navy was shooting at whales out there." In 2005, official documents from the National Security Agency were released that confirmed the whole Gulf of Tonkin attack never happened and was fabricated to gain support for the war.
Yet another false flag.
Sound like Bow Wow when he said when he was on the jet, his first class.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Bow Wow didn't start a war though.
Yeah, he did start a war.
Even on their own, hallucinogens like LSD, mushrooms, and ketamine are known to wreak havoc on the body, resulting in increased paranoia, aggression, vomiting, diarrhea, and cardiac arrhythmia, and brain damage. According to the Delphi Health Group, when alcohol is thrown in the mix, such risks are elevated, leading to the immediate dehydration and the long term, the possibility of cancer and a weakened immune system.
Well, when you add alcohol to anything, you can get some shit to happen. But
yeah, high shares. Definitely with pills, though. That's why you shit. Listen.
Number 6. The lines on the inside of your wrist have a name. NFL players aren't the only ones who can take home a Super Bowl ring. Referees who have earned the honor of officiating the sport's biggest annual game are also recognized with the coveted pieces of jewelry. According to Fox News, the officials get Super Bowl rings just like the players do. They aren't as big as the players' rings, but they are still valuable pieces of jewelry. These rings mean the world to the officials, and they wear them with such pride. I don't see how they go together.
That had nothing to do with the title.
I was looking at it like, when we gonna get the part that you just said 10 seconds ago? But in terms of the rings,
good for them. But
have you ever seen a referee sell his ring?
Nope.
Because I'm looking for it.
They already got money.
Roger Goodell probably told him it ain't worth nothing.
I bet Tim Donnie. I bet Tim Donnie he sold some rings.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Donnie, he's like, hey.
Number 5, retired engineers volunteered to clean up the Fukushima nuclear disaster. In a remarkably selfless act, 2,000 Japanese retirees all over the age of 60 offered to help manage the cleanup after the 2011 Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, so that the younger people would not have to risk exposure. Wow. To the radiation. I probably have 13 to 15 years left to live, one 72-year-old engineer told the BBC. Even if I was exposed to radiation, cancer could take up to 20 to 30 years or longer to develop. Therefore, us older ones have less chance of getting cancer. Man, that would never happen over here. That's such a selfless act.
Yeah.
What you just say about this list, fellas? That makes sense. Woman gets a medal at the end to the referee before the two players. Hell yeah. Thanks for playing.
Number 4, a first lady acted as president of the United States. In 1919, President Woodrow Wilson suffered from a massive stroke, so the first lady, Edith Wilson, began making decisions on his behalf. She prevented news of the seriousness of Wilson's condition from getting out to the public. Instead, all that was said was that he needed rest and would be conducting official business from his bedroom suite. To prevent her husband from resigning, Edith became the de facto president. Historians estimate that she led the country for a year and 5 months.
I believe that. You know why? Because most of the guys that were probably in the honcho, had to go down and have his wife be the president for a few minutes. So even if it's, a lie in how long she was, at one point she probably played that role. So I'm going to believe that.
3 miles an hour.
What the fuck is number 3?
Jamming on 4.5.
I'm trying to get through this, man. There was a gaydar machine developed by the Canadian government.
Come on, Canada.
Come on, Canada.
Canada wasn't always as friendly as it reputed to be. In the 1950s, the Canadian government hired a university professor to develop the machine that was supposed to be able to detect whether or not federal employees were gay, or to use the derogatory term fruits. Called the fruit machine.
The fruit machine, my God.
The apparatus measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. As a result of this testing, which went on until the 1960s, many men lost their jobs. Man, that's funked up.
Man said, you know what, Wilson? Found out you're gay. Go home.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada will be out their minds to go create that now.
Number 2, bootlegging. Today, bootlegging is by no means an official term, but it's still very much illegal. U.S. Code just refers. What's that say? Oh yeah. U.S. Code just refers to is as unauthorized fixation and trafficking in sound recordings. So why do we colloquially refer to unauthorized trafficking as bootlegging? Well, the answer is a boozy doozy. Back in Prohibition era, American alcohol smugglers would literally hide bottles of liquor in their boots, flush against their legs. That's about as unauthorized trafficking as you can get. When alcohol became legal again, the term bootlegging was applied to other goods, and today we apply it to things you cannot literally bootleg. Can you smuggle a digital file in your shoes? Yeah, thought so. How the Kennedys made their money.
Yeah.
Yep. Bootleg it all. Bootleg everything. But this show ain't bootleg, though. Just let everybody know. You ain't getting this on the street.
And number 1, polio is no longer a threat.
Hey, hold on. Before you say this, artist, we all read about Wilma Rudolph. And I feel like Wilma Rudolph's the only person I knew with polio. But keep going, coach. I have something to say after that, too. I'm just saying.
Thankfully, the paralysis causing polio virus is no longer a threat in today's America. Though polio outbreaks resulted in more than 15,000 cases of paralysis per year in the 50s, the introduction of vaccination in 55 and 63 gradually reduced the number of polio cases in America until there were none. Per the CDC, no cases of polio originating in the United States has been reported since 1979.
I'm still puzzled, man. I feel like the conspiracy's going around. I feel like polio will make its way around again. Because I always say the world's going backwards. Hopefully not, but yeah, polio. I swear I heard about one with Rudolph, and I ain't heard about anybody else. Probably because, like you said, maybe right, probably gone, but I don't think so.
Right.
The world got a way of bringing things back. Bring back Rice Krispies treats.
You stupid.
Oh man. Vaccines work. Polio prove it. Yeah, some vaccines work. I don't know about that last one.
Yo, somebody, yo. I've seen something today on Facebook, and I'm for a minute I had to like pause myself. But maybe it could be right, maybe it could be wrong, but it wasn't a bad question at the end of the day. I just felt a certain way about it in terms of like him just asking the question. But basically said, was LeBron vaccinated? Because there's been problems with people, within the heart, people that haven't been vaccinated.
Oh, what was Bronny? Was Bronny? Yeah, because of the heart.
Somebody asked that today. And for a second, I'm like, yo, this dude out his mind. But then I thought to myself, like, I mean, in this world, maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. But it could be debatable. It could be debated. And I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, shit.
Yeah, it's all wild.
My theory on
it's still a touching subject, man.
I got vaccinated. I got the shit twice, so it doesn't. It is what it is.
Call you El Polo Loco instead of El Pollo Loco.
So we'll say he got it twice. That's good. I didn't get vaccinated.
Police will come back around because that's
yeah, man died suddenly.
Well, I had it. I think I've had it twice, but I'm gonna say once because that's when I went to the hospital and they confirmed that I had it. But I think I had it like the year before COVID actually broke out.
I had COVID in the summer of 20.
Yeah, I had COVID
and I just got past the long-term effects of it. I did have heart problems, but I didn't get the vaccination because of my kidneys, and I'm glad I didn't. Because I have a very good friend of mine that got his original shot, and I think his first booster, and it shut his kidneys down. He almost died. Had to go through dialysis for a year. Yeah, so it's not for everybody.
Right, that shit ain't for everybody. That shit ain't for everybody, man. Definitely. I mean, I was in a situation where I got this nice job, and I wanted to keep it. And I had to. I still roll with you, Kyrie, though. Shout out to my man Kyrie, man. You know what I'm saying? If there's one person in the world that vaccine free and it still could make it a world, is my guy Kyrie. But in all, yeah, man. I was saying another thing, on the vaccine and all that. This physical health, and I want people to watch this before we leave out. There's a lot of people in this world that want a healthier lifestyle, so they go to the gym, work out, eat different, things of that nature. There's guys that don't go to the gym, girls that don't go to the gym, live a lifestyle, what it is. May work out sometimes, may not eat unhealthy all the time, what it is. But at the end of the day, these things that happen in the world can happen to anybody, no matter the circumstance.
It's better to be healthy.
I'm not even talking about the vaccine stuff because that's pro-choice. That's it's everybody's choice, and I'm not expecting anybody for the choice they made. You know what I'm saying? What's from the heart to me, you know what I'm saying, to the person, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the long way we go. But in all, it can happen to anybody. You can work out 1,000,000 times a day. That doesn't mean you're healthy.
Yeah, but it's better to be healthy. But I agree.
No. What I'm saying is doing an hour of workout doesn't make you healthier than the guy that's not. It may increase your chances, but it's not necessarily true. And as we keep learning in the world about people that we think are in healthy situations, like, for instance, young Braun's son, it's kind of like you're working your body out. At a young age, I don't feel like you should be working your body out the way these professionals do, but there's a reason why they do it, and the pressure is leaning up to try to get to the league and to get that top dollar and be around the stars and stuff like that. So it's hard, and that's kind of where I base my opinion on, man, on just that. Not only that, but in general. it kind of opened me up today to say that, because you see this guy who's trying to get to a position top 10 in the NBA draft next year and probably was spooked today with something like this, because you know how all the medical staff is in the NBA.
Yeah.
So that's my rant on it, man. But everybody continue to do positive things, the better you, and we appreciate y'all on the Chop Up tonight. Shout out.
Chickity chop up. Shout out to everybody who joined us. We appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Coach will drop the names. Who we got for MVP tonight? I'm gonna have to split it between Jesse and Josh, man. Jesse was in here though. Yeah, it's Jesse and Josh, man.
Jesse
Josh,
be bringing
man,
that heat, man.
all day. It's what he do, man.
You in here the next couple weeks, man. So you be ready. I'm gonna hit you up, man. We're gonna see what's good over here.
Just with the dub, he got information all day. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the brand. Shout out to the brand. Shout out to everything we got in motion that's coming up. Can't wait. Like, share, subscribe, please. We're on multiple platforms. Come hit us up on Spotify. I like the way Spotify's laid out. Honestly, you could just go from
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, like Apple Podcasts, we there too. So yeah, we all over the map, man. We're doing big things. It's gonna keep doing it. So appreciate y'all for real.
Great night to everybody. Shout out to everybody on this nice Tuesday night. And guys, unfortunately, this is the end of season 3, man. If you want to shout out and message us, favorite moment of season 3, Ralph Chop Up. Yes, sing it. Real talk, man. Overall, man, great laughter, great vibing. Always cool to grow, man. It is season 4, man. And guys, next week you get us not once, not twice, but 3 times. Some people you may get 4 times. Allah will, maybe 2 more, maybe coach, but you're gonna see a lot more of us, and that's the more of it. We're gonna be all on your faces, so don't be mad. Just be excited to keep tuning in, man. And have a good night.
Absolutely. Shout out to Bobby, Mama Renee, Jesse, Smoke, Chris, Kari, Joshua Dean, Lil J's, and Bree. If I forgot anybody, my apologies. You are appreciated. Like the guy said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tonight is the end of season 3, as my man 2 pointed out. Season 4 kicks off with the play call sheet on Monday, July the 31st.
Oh my God, the NFL news is gonna be wild, man. Oh, listen,
Camps breaking
and all that coming.
Yeah, but be on the lookout. Got a lot of great content coming your way. A lot of great shows. Check out our SW podcast page. Got a lot of great podcasters on there. We're growing every day. Yep. Hey, man, come along for the ride. We want to share this love with everybody. Because, as they say, we are just what?
Well, we're moving on now to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
And we're banned.
Appreciate y'all. Number love. We see y'all next week. Peace.
Find this podcast and others on STWFTV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.